Thursday. I am standing up today. Good morning, everyone. I'm standing up because I'm fired up and I have so much cool stuff to say today. Or it might be uncomfortable for some of you, and that's okay too. This is why we're here. We're here to learn and grow together and have, robust discussions about things. I can't wait to share everything that is coming today. So good morning, welcome. It's Thursday again. How did it get to Thursday so quickly? Lee's here. Lee's my fabulous support for today. I'm not used to having support still, so I got to shut up and let her do her thing. She's amazing as well. If you have not yet done the StreamYard.com/Facebook thing, please do. That way I will be able to see your name come up in the comments through StreamYard, and then I can actually interact with you really effectively. Good morning. Hi, Helen. Hello. Hey, so we have a really cool session today. I can't wait to get into imposter syndrome, if that's even a thing. So I think let's just get straight stuck into it. Where are we? What am I doing? It's been a long day. What can I say? All right, I'm pressing that. Then I'm pressing that. Yes. My goodness, you guys. All right, there we go. Hey, good morning. Welcome. The Banished Imposter. It's time to get rid of this imposter syndrome rubbish forever. That is what my mission for today is. I hope you come along for the ride with me because it's really super duper important. All right. Oh, I've got a gap here. So today's agenda looks like there's a mystery bit. Welcome and housekeeping, myth busting, imposter syndrome. Then I'm going to go through the 3 steps to kick it out for good. I'll leave room for questions. I'll tell you homework. And of course, there's going to be the invitation to come and join me. Okay. I should have triple checked my slides before we got going. Whoopsie. Anyway, if you are joining live, come and say hello. Drop a hi in the comments and so on and so forth. I can't wait to see your happy faces, happy names coming up. Housekeeping wise, yep, accountability pals are still rolling in. There's still plenty of time to invite more people. If the more you invite, the more prizes that you win. And obviously we had a little bit of a problem last week delivering all of the prizes to everybody. So this week I've got a bit of a different system. Make sure you share the sign up link to whoever, Lee's popped it in the comments here, to whoever joins, because if they sign up through the link, they get the emails, they know exactly what's happening and when. What else do I need to tell you about that? Oh yes, tomorrow, this week is an extra super duper special prize that's actually been donated. It's worth a couple $100 for each person who is lucky enough to get it. Hey, Jackie. Hello, good morning. So anybody who's lucky enough to get tomorrow's prize, you might as well come along to hear what it is and who it's from. I'm going to go live with my very special friend at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning to let you know who exactly will be sharing their amazing prize with us. And all you need to do to be eligible is bring your friends in to join the fun. And there's still plenty of time for them to catch up on all the replays from this week and all the replays from last week. There is no dramas there. We can make this so big. If you haven't yet booked a getting to know you call, but you'd like to have a chat with me, there's always an opportunity for that. I'm not sure if Lee has a link for that. That's okay. If not, I can send that to you later. It's all in the emails as well, and definitely get on the list for this. I can't remember. I left a note for myself. Doesn't matter. All right. Anyway, blah, 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 housekeeping. Let's get into it. I want to know who's here. On the spectrum of imposter syndrome feelings, are you a 1? I'm consumed by the idea that I'm not good enough. Yes, there we go. I'm consumed by the idea I'm not good enough. It stops me from so many things in my life. Hey, Rebecca, who's a 1? If you're a 2, let me know. And if you're watching on replay, of course, hashtag replay, but also feel free to interact. 2, I don't give it too much thought, but every so often the idea pops up and I have to pause and reassess. Or 3, I know my worth and I'm confident in any situation, no matter what. Yes, 1 for me, but this will change. Helen's a 3, Jane's a 1. And honestly, it's okay, right? Wherever you are, that's okay. And hopefully each of us can get something out of today, because I really, honestly, I think this is such an important topic. And I think it's so common for all of us. Rebecca's a 2, wonderful. It's so common for all of us to experience our version of this. We've got a lot of 1s and a lot of 2s. Fantastic. Thanks, guys. We can kick this imposter nonsense to the curb for good. Another 2. Wonderful. All right. So, imposter syndrome. I call bullshit. This is where we're going today. I call bullshit on imposter syndrome, and here's why. Right. So, it only came about in the late 1970s in a study that was done in the US, where it was, definitely glimpses of 3 last year. Yes, that's what we want. It used to be called imposter phenomenon and has since been pathologized and designated the culprit for holding a huge percentage of the female population back in almost every area of their life, right? Why is it that men will apply for a job even if they only meet 60% of the requisite qualifications, while women won't apply until they meet 100%, right? Have a think about that, and have a think about how that might apply to the way that you do business too. Do you wait? Do you wait until you're, 100% the exact right person? Are you ever going to be ready? Are you ever going to have enough knowledge? Are you ever going to be exactly where you think you need to be? I don't know, but I wonder if a man in the same position would hold themselves back in quite the same way. And honestly, this is the only time in my entire career that I would ever encourage you to think more like a man. So in a study of 4,000 people in the US, 82% of women experience what's classified as imposter syndrome. And even worse, if that person was from a minority or a marginalized group. Well, 54% of men said they'd never felt it at all. Right? So we're doing it. We're doing it to ourselves. Society's doing it to us. It's a nasty combination, and it's time that we broke it for good. Right? We've been conditioned to believe that we somehow are less than, until we recognize that we deserve everything we've worked so hard for. The system remains intact. And I'm not arguing that we should ignore or deny how we feel, but we need to set up a new framework that minimizes this experience that we're all navigating, some of us more so than others. So this is where we're going today, and I hope that's okay. Because I don't think that any of us deserve anything less than what we want, right? So I'd be really curious, what's holding you back, right? I've heard a lot of these throughout my time as a coach and as a teacher and as, a friend of business owners. I'm not experienced enough. Drop in the comments what yours are, what your little negative voice tells you. And I know, Helen, I know you don't have any of these because you've done the work and you're ready to thrive and grow, and not everybody feels all of these, but some of these will come up from time to time. So drop in the comments, what's holding you back? I'm not experienced enough. I'm too loud. I'm too quiet. Oh, I didn't go to uni. Sally, you're not typical. That's an interesting one. And you know me, I know that not typical is the best possible thing to be. You're not the expected person for the industry. You need a better qualification before it's your turn to really shine. And what I would say to that is, what a waste, what we've been talking about all this week and all last week, the excuses. I don't know, have it all sorted yet. Yep. That's so common. Helen says, mine was that I just had an inexplicable fear of standing out and being seen. What will people think of me? Isn't that, it's somebody like it's an ex-president's wife that said, people's opinions of you, what is it? Like, is none of your business or something. So yes, definitely. I don't have a degree. My mind is different to everybody. And I would argue that all of these things are the exact things that make you the exact right person for the job, not the wrong person for the job. So it's just really interesting how these saboteur in your mind, I don't know enough, 100%. And realistically, you only need to be a couple steps in front of the person that you're helping, because the knowledge will grow. The confidence will grow, but it will never grow if you never give yourself an opportunity to try, right? So what are we going to do about it? Jane says, I have 2 university degrees, so you must be smart. Oh, yeah, of course you're smart. But it's what are we doing with it? And why do we feel like that's not enough? Why? I can't think of a really good reason for it. So maybe there's either there's no good reason for it, and it's not fair, and it's not nice, and we need to sort of really step back and look at how we speak to ourselves and how we approach things. And maybe I think, like, I did a bit of a pre-warning in the email that went out for this, that I firmly hit my rebel stage. I think I'm getting to that point a little early in my life of just being like, I don't care if you don't like it. I'm here and I know that I'm doing what I was put on this planet to do. I don't care if it's not for you. It just means you're not for me too. There's no logical reason for any of this. It's all perception. Exactly, Helen. You're absolutely, I couldn't agree more. All right, so how do we overcome it, right? I'm going to give you a bit of a yarn because it's really important to me. I want you guys to leave here feeling like, yes, I can do this, because of course you can do this. All of these negative, sabotagey thoughts are super common and perfectly understandable. And I am at no point saying you should just frankly ignore it and just get over it. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is your people are missing out. The people who need you most are missing out when you listen to this voice, right? It is your responsibility to make sure that the people who could benefit from you find you. I can't do it for you, but I will help, because that's what I'm here for. No one else can do that for you. You have to take some time and take baby steps and build and build and build that confidence, build that presence by practice. And only you can do that, and take the leap. Do the thing. Do not wait for perfect timing or the conditions or whatever that is, because perfect is never coming. We only have right now. So we just practice. I cannot tell you, the first time that I went live was the scariest thing that I have ever done. Like, that was like 3 years ago. And I've had 2 kids. That wasn't scary. Going live online was the scariest thing that I have ever done. I went all hot in the face and I got all sweaty, and my whole body was like, no, this is not okay. This is not okay. I can't do this. And then I did it. And it wasn't so bad. And I think sometimes the anticipation of the thing is far, far more scary than the thing itself. Or like, anticipation always seems to be more heightened than the actual reality of whatever. And look at me now, like 3 years from, oh my God, I can't possibly go online, to I don't care. And if I get it wrong, So my tips for overcoming imposter syndrome part 1 is opt for bravery over perfection. And if you watch the little clip that I shared with you guys last night, this is the overarching theme, right? Say yes. What if you had that attitude in the past and didn't quite work out? What's next? That's a great question. Okay, well, we try again and we take a different approach, or we talk it out, right? We let it, we got to work through it. We can't just have that as the final thing that we ever do, is just that one-off time that we tried, or like multiple times that we tried and it didn't work. It's not over yet, right? If we're still kicking, if we still got fight in us, even a glimmer of fight, then it's time for us to put our big girl boots on and figure it out, right? Say yes and figure it out. Acknowledge that sense of inadequacy or self-doubt. Okay, yeah, that's very real. I understand it. Let it come up, and then find some counter arguments for why that's objectively actually not true, right? So for Jane, I have 2 university degrees. I am smart enough, right? Like that's like a basic flip, but maybe that's all that it takes. Like not everybody has 2 university degrees. Like that's very rare. So we need to find ways, and it's practice. It's not something we get right immediately, but it's practice on flipping all these immediate negative biases we come up with for ourselves. I also need you to recognize that by not stepping up, just like I was talking about earlier, someone somewhere is missing out on your brilliance, right? Somebody needs you right now, and they don't get the benefit of you because you're hiding for whatever reason that is going through your brain right now. And that's not fair. That's not fair on them, and it's definitely not fair on you, right? And finally, just accept that you may not get it perfect, but every step you take gets you closer to where you want to be, right? Tiny steps at a time. It doesn't mean that you have to go from being quite an introverted person to being a massive loudmouth. Like that's not what I'm talking about, but like tiny increments of progress is better than no progress at all, right? So I want you to, this is a phrase, it's about balancing perception. Sure, absolutely. I want you to write this down for yourselves. Some of you guys will already have heard me say this. Great. I hope it resonates still. Perfectly imperfect is perfectly perfect, right? We don't need to be perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. We've already talked about this, right? So just breathe. Don't go for perfect. Just go for progress, right? You're already exactly who you need to be. You're in exactly the place you need to be to take the next step. Don't do nothing. Just find out what your next something is, all right? Okay, so I really wanted to test this theory about perfection. This has been an interesting experiment over the last couple of years I've been running this test. So I want to see legitimately, who do you gravitate towards more? And then we'll have a talk about what that might mean, okay? So this is person A. This person is externally pretty perfect. They always have an answer for everything. They're constantly bragging about their money, their status, their ability to do whatever. They're always perfectly curated, and they're always perfect in their delivery. They claim to be highly qualified, although you never know. There could just be claims. We don't know what's happening in the background. They get the sense that they're holding back, and they never share anything deep about their real life, their lived experience. So this is the perfect that we all seem to think that we need to be, right? Is the polished us, the professional us, right? Or this is person B, right? Someone who at times is a little more undone, but they know what they're talking about. And if they don't know what they're talking about, they don't bullshit. They go, look, I don't know. Let me find out, and I'll come back to you, right? Person B cares deeply about their community. They share the highs and the lows of their life, not just the curated stuff that makes them look awesome. And they accept that I already said that. They don't know everything, but they'll do what it takes to find out the answer, right? Who do you generally, as a consumer, gravitate more towards out of interest? A or B? Just drop it in the comments if you can, please. A or B? B most definitely, yeah? So B for sure. When I've asked this in history, the most common answer is B, right? We're not looking for perfection as consumers. So why are we striving for perfection as business owners? Be for sure, right? Store these results in the back of your head for the days that you're worried that you're not enough to do what you do best. We're all looking for B's. Sally says B. In fact, some people I've followed have become more A and I'm going off them. Yeah, right? Because it's not real. And I don't know. I think the world that we live in is so full of not real that it's really refreshing to come across somebody who cares a ton, but maybe isn't as well polished as somebody who's super well polished but doesn't care at all. Like I'm definitely more gravitating towards the B myself as well. So we're in good company. Please keep it in your mind. A's can be pain in the butts. Yes, agreed. So I want you to keep this in mind, right? Something is always better than nothing. Manageable is always better than optimal. And imperfect action is way better than perfect inaction. Please think about that, because I think from what I've seen, and I've been doing this a long time now, I see so many people who are stuck waiting for perfect. And in the meantime, they've missed the entire moment. They've missed the opportunities because they're, I don't know, fearful. And this is what I come to help with, because I don't care if you get it perfect or not. I just want it to sound like you. I want it to be fun for you. I want it to be impactful. Yes, I want your message to be out there, not because it benefits me, but because people need to hear it. Yeah? I'm very excited about this topic. I hope that's okay. All right. Step 2, overcoming imposter syndrome. Find your in crowd, right? Surround yourself with people who value you, right? If people, and also people who won't take your negative self-talk bullshit. So if you're going to say, I just don't know if I'm good enough, you want people in your corner to say, of course you are, shut up. With so much love and support and passion behind it, because we know that you guys are good enough already. It's just about getting you on board with yourself. So people who value you will be the ones responsible for you starting to believe more closely about yourself, what you need to believe in order to do what you do well at the highest scale possible, right? Next one, unfollow the gurus, whoever they might be, who encourage you to feel anything other than brilliant about your plans, your approach, your values, your uniqueness. A little anecdote, if you will. So I left a space more than a year ago now. And as I left that space to pursue my own thing, the person who owned the space I was in told me that what I had created, I was doing it all wrong, and I would never make any money, and just to let her know when I would be ready to go back to her. Okay, that sucked for a bit, right? That really landed. And I spent that night kind of absorbing it and processing it. And then I went, do you know what? Actually, I'm going to be fine. I'm really proud of what I've pulled together, and I love the people in my space. And no, I don't want to do things the way that you do them, or I'd still be in your space. And that was that. And while I have certainly had my wobbles in confidence, especially over the last year as I step into my own space, what it comes down to fundamentally is that I know that what I'm doing is valuable and it is worthy, and the right people will find it, because I work my butt off for them and for myself to make sure that happens. And that's all we need really at our core, is to believe. Yeah. And the final point for this step is, remember that you are the leader and you get to create your own space if the one you're in doesn't fit. If there's something that you don't like about what you're doing, there's probably a reason for that. And so, yes, there can be a process of elimination as we go as to finding what the right thing is. But if you know that you're currently doing something that doesn't align with you, change it. Right? Staying true to yourself is so important. Absolutely, Helen. this is what I'm talking about, and this is what I teach out. And, you know, like, I've been around the coaching space for a while. I see a lot of, and this is what we were talking about with Lisa yesterday, you know, there's cookie cutter this and there's stay in the box that. But if it doesn't suit you, it just makes you feel inadequate. It makes you feel like you can't do it and that you shouldn't be here and that you should be just trying something else. And I don't personally buy into that at all. I think there's a type of, this is a powerful lesson. Great. I'm glad to hear it. There's a way of doing things for everybody. And my job isn't to tell you this is how you do it. My job is to help you facilitate the thing that you want to do. That's it, right? I've got lots of knowledge. And my job isn't to put you in a box. My job is to get you out of the box. And your job is to get you out of the box. And I'll help you with that. Yeah? All right. Step 3. Oh, I might go back to step 2. Just a side note, a personal side note. Also, don't listen to people who don't know a single thing about your business, right? There are a lot of people with a lot of opinions. Nobody knows your business as well as you do, right? And there are going to be lots of people who want to tell you, got to do it this way. You should do it that way. If you don't want to do it that way, don't do it. Listen to your gut. Find a way to do what it is that you want to do, because it's possible. We just got to figure it out, essentially. You know, and maybe not. That's from personal experience too. Not everybody gets you. Not everybody understands the risk of being an entrepreneur. Not everybody wants the risk of running their own business. And so they will do things and say things to try and keep you safe, their perception of safe, right? That's not necessarily our perception of safe, though. So just something to keep in mind as a little aside there too. I didn't pop that down, but I just wanted to mention it. Everybody's trying to help. They're not always helpful, though. Okay. So step 3, this is a real practical one. Focus on the wins. We all have wins. We have all helped people here, right? But we're wired for negative bias. That negative bias isn't the only truth available to us, right? We just have to get in the habit of looking for the positives rather than immediately defaulting to the negative and purely believing it, not interrogating it and leaving it at that, right? Keep a folder of your wins and positive feedback to access on the days where your confidence is taking a wobble. This is literal evidence of your brilliance. Right? So when that little inner saboteur is knocking at your door, please will you go to the folder, call it whatever you like, create an actual physical folder or something on your desktop that shows you, look at all the people that I've made an impact on, right? I guarantee you there's going to be more than you think. If you think today is the day where, man, I didn't really achieve what I wanted to. Okay, what about tomorrow? You know, and there'll be people who you don't even know how you've impacted their lives, how much they've benefited from knowing you. So it's important to, 1, find feedback, and 2, keep it so that, you know, any day can be a good day, can be turned into a good day simply by reading the impact that you've made in the past. Does that sound possible? Is any of this good advice? Does it resonate with anyone? Let me know. Drop a comment if this is landing for you. I hope so, anyway. Cool. All right. I'm just going to do a thing then. That's kind of the main bit of teaching for today, if we can call it teaching. It's mostly me getting on my soapbox and having a bit of a rant. I hope it helps, because I mean it so deeply that you guys are brilliant. So good. Awesome. All right. So permission to share. This is where this is what we do, right? What I learned in today's, that's Lee sharing that. An evidence folder is a great idea. Yes, thank you, Sally. This might not be the kind of overcoming imposter syndrome advice that you've received in the past. Okay, great. Let's add it to the file of good advice, shall we? All right, so I want to talk to you about the copy check-in again. This is why we're here. I mean, not this. Why we're here is because my job is to facilitate your visibility, your impact. I want to make sure that each of you develop the support, the skills, the community you've been looking for on your own terms, capturing your own signature voice, no matter what that is. It doesn't have to be the same as my voice. In fact, it's probably to your benefit that it's not. But let me share, will you? Okay. So Lisa, we met Lisa yesterday, and she's putting an effective, authentic framework around her calling to serve and educate. She successfully executed her program launch on her own terms, and she uses her monthly one-to-ones for strategic guidance, weekly check-ins for backup, idea generation, and she's really here. She's a massive part of our community, Lisa. She's like, you met her, you know. We love Lisa. And this is just what this supportive community is all about. It's not just the learning, but it is the support and the collaboration and the guidance that we pull from each other. And you will have, like, there's some of the very new ladies that just joined us last week that managed to make it to this week's class. And again, it was the same vibe, you know. Another one is Kylie. Kylie, you'll be hearing from later in this training month. So she's an amazing mindset coach. She came to me looking to elevate her messaging and build her visibility. She refined her messaging and developed new ways to reach even more people and amplify that big voice of hers. So Kylie's making waves. She's making big waves in the mindset space and doing exactly what she wants in the way that suits her best. And there's a couple of shifts coming for Kylie this year, so I'm really looking forward to supporting her with that. She uses her weekly check-ins for idea generation, strategic backup, confirmation that she's on the right track with what she's created. And that's what's really, really cool about this, is that you use it in a way that suits you. And we work on anything with writing, essentially. So this week's submissions included social media posts and even sort of a lead magnet funnel. So it doesn't really matter what it is. Could be emails, social posts, ads, web copy, blogs, sales pages, landing pages, lead magnets, whatever you need to work on so that you can hit publish with confidence every time you do it. Okay. This is for you if you are any of these three types. We talked about these last week. There was a real variety when we checked into these. You're either, or you could be all three, a 1, 2, and a 3. You're an introverted entrepreneur. Maybe you're an action taker and you're just really trying to find a way to cut through. Maybe you are already at the stage and ready to scale. There's always an option for you here in the check-in. We do have a scale membership style as well. What's included? Well, we've covered this, so I'm going to make it as brief as I can. We covered it last week. We have the live classes with reviews of your work. It's also a great opportunity to build community and deep dive into the strategy. Not just what words do I use, but why do I use them? And if you can't make it to class, well, there's always the option for offline reviews that I do outside of the class. We do a monthly one-to-one strategic planning sessions. They have been absolutely brilliant this month already. I've got lots and lots to do in there. We've got tracking for performance and all sorts of things. We've got a creative collaborative community like I've talked about. It's highly supportive. We do group accountability sessions. And they're every fortnight. We'll do foundational messaging sessions together. We've got monthly expert classes. Oh my goodness, we've got some major master classes. I'm going to tell you more about them next week. We're going to have a directory where all of the members in my space can work together, find ways to collaborate, find ways to develop strategic partnerships so you both leverage your profiles and you both win, right? Or so you can work together and, benefit from each other's skills, right? And I've also got my little black book, Trusted Tools and Suppliers. So it's worth a bunch, right? That's huge, but I'm not going to charge huge amounts for it. Thank goodness for that. And then there are the bonuses. I promised you bonuses. They're not quite as big as last week, but they're still pretty flippin' big at more than 4K worth of bonuses that you will get for absolutely free. So my sales page copy collab. So that's essentially an opportunity to work with me one-on-one, for me to do the work for you instead of you having to do the work and me tinker with it later. So that is for something like a sales page. If you're ready to do that, we'll jump on live. I'll sort of create as we go, and by the end of 3 hours of one-to-one time, you'll have a completed whatever thing we're working on, which is pretty cool. You'll get 2 months access to the amplifier level. That's our level for business owners ready to scale, worth $660, including the bonus masterclasses for absolutely free, and of course the strategy around scaling if that's what you need. And you'll get my full suite of templates worth as much as $9.97. And that is going to include some really cool stuff. We've got sales pages, we've got web pages, we've got about pages, which obviously is a big one after this week's bio chat, email sequences, speaker pages, all sorts of things, right? 4K of bonuses as long as you commit. Oh, Helen, that's so beautiful. I've only been a part of this membership for a few days and I've already gotten so much value from it that it surpasses what I paid. I'm going to save that for my folder. Thank you, Helen. I feel heard, understood, and supported. Love your work. Helen, back at you, my friend. I'm so excited with what we've created already, and there's so much more to come. Thank you so much for speaking for me. All right. It's not $25K for a year. It's $19.99 for the year. Right? and that covers the entire year plus the 4K of bonuses. If you're more of a pay by month type of human, that's no problem either. It's $189 a month. So that makes it a bit more flexible, a bit more manageable. You can space it out throughout the year. You still get all the same inclusions. You still get all the benefits. You just have a bit of breathing room if that's the way you want to do it. Okay? It's up to you. Once you sign up, you'll be welcomed into the space. You'll submit I'll show you around one way or another, and you'll submit you can, if you want to, submit your first piece of work right away, right? So from today, you could be making that progress that you've been looking to do in your business and just start off 2024 the way that it really deserves to be, okay? That's my pitch. So the bonuses expire tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that'll be 4 o'clock for the other Eastern states. And if you're anywhere else, I'm sorry, I don't do time math very well. So go look it up. So you can scan the QR code if you would like to do it that way. Lee, of course, has been super, super helpful in putting the links in the comments as well. Thank you, Lee. You're the best. Doors are open. You can scan the QR code and go that way, or find the links. Or if you need to, you can always talk it through with me. I'm so happy to speak with anybody who has had curiosities, has questions, comments, thoughts, concerns. Please come to me. That's a different QR code that'll take you to booking a copy confidence call with me, and we can talk it all through. Okay. Are there any questions about anything that we talked about, or anything about the copy check-in itself? Either way is fine. Pop them in the comments and I'll either address them now, or if we don't have time for that, I'll come back in the break. I'll come back afterwards and answer. Or please reach out to me directly if you'd prefer to do it that way. All right. Cool. All right. So your homework for today, it's a good one, actually. I've got to come down off my big high horse soapbox thing. So the homework, the post is going to go up really, really soon. It's going to go up in about 15, 20 minutes. Please, will you share an achievement, an experience, or a result, either for yourself or for a client that's made you proud? And then let us celebrate you. That's it. It's simple, but it's going to be a big one. And then you can put that in your folder as well. Cool. So look out for the post. That'll be coming up at 10 o'clock. All right. And then bonus training number 2 will be the next thing that we do together. So mapping your hero's journey. So this is going to be really, really good. So we know there are some prominent figures that have a really memorable hero's journey. So the first one that comes up for me, and I don't know why, is something like Richard Branson, founder of Virgin, billionaire guy, never finished high school. Like we know these kinds of core stories about very successful people. And that is because they have spent time, or someone else has spent time for them, figuring out their hero's journey. What is their story, right? So I'm going to take you step by step through the process of mapping that out for yourself. It's a really important skill, especially if you're going to be the type of person who's pursuing more public speaking gigs or podcasting, or you just want to really have a really clear through line, a consistent message throughout your social media or your emails or your blogs or whatever. So I'm going to go step by step through that. So that is coming up next Tuesday for the bonus training. And as I said, tomorrow we've got the big announcement for what this week's accountability prize is, with my very friendly special guest who you guys will love. This prize is worth a couple $100. This is going to be really, really, really worth sharing the love and bringing more people into the group if you can. I realized so many of you did such a great job last week that I got put in Facebook jail a little bit. So thank you. So we've come up with another system for this week to make sure that that doesn't happen again. All right. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm going to stop sharing. Thanks everyone for letting me kind of ramble at you and rant a bit. I hope that wasn't too confronting. And if there's anything that's come up that you want to kind of touch on with me about, please reach out, right? I want to hear from you. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. I'd love to welcome a few more into the Copy Coffiners membership. No, the Copy Check-In membership. See, it's time for a coffee, I think, and a lie down. Oh, yes, I am a rebel. So not only am I talking against the grain, I also have just been put in Facebook jail. You're so right. Oops. Oh, well, that's cool. Have an amazing weekend. I'm off camping this weekend. It's going to be interesting. Do I seem like a camper? I don't know. It's an adventure anyway. So have a great weekend. Please do the homework. Please reach out if you're feeling a bit rattled after this. I'd love to talk to you. Other than that, I'm going to go chill for a second because I got myself all in a tears, all riled up. Thanks you guys for playing, for coming along, and I'll see you super soon. All right. Bye-bye.